the BUT submitted an agenda of 17 items of concern for discussion. The ministry further pointed out that on February 2nd, it proposed 9 additional items for discussion. The following day, the BUT confirmed its attendance at the meeting scheduled for February 5th. The statement went on to add that the meeting, chaired by Education Minister Ronald Jones at the ministry's headquarters, the BUT not only discussed issues but also reached consensus. According to, According to the ministry, the issues discussed included short-term study leave, term leave, a mobile technology policy, the appointment of teachers, and health and safety in schools. The Ministry of Education also disclosed that additional meetings were held with the BUT on April 4th and 27th. The statement comes as the Teachers Union has written a letter to the Prime Minister calling for his intervention in that impasse. The Barbados Postal Service has launched a new prescription drug delivery service. It will provide customers with the convenience of having their prescription drugs come to them rather than having to pick them up. Explaining how it works was Deputy Postmaster General with responsibility for international affairs and business development, Margaret Ashby. She stressed that confidentiality will be assured and that the service is tailored to the client's needs.
We will do the waiting for you, and we will make the delivery to you at your home, at your office, at your school, at your hotel, wherever it is that you need this item delivered. And this service, the delivery is flexible.
Postmaster General Nigel Cobham says the new service is part of the organization's efforts to be innovative and boost revenue.
The Barbados Postal Service has not escaped this phenomenon, and as a consequence, the need to find alternative revenue streams has become critical. The service we are launching here today is part of a serious thrust by the Post Office to diversify the range of products and services that we offer. What I would like to point out is that we are taking advantage of our intimate knowledge of the island and our reputation as a trusted and reliable institution to develop a niche in conjunction with the private sector that requires these strengths.
The Transport Board has purchased a new piece of equipment as it tries to reduce its expenses on the maintenance of buses. In a release, Manager of Marketing and Corporate Communications at the Transport Board, Linda Holder, says they have been working with a number of external vendors to improve the maintenance of the existing fleet of buses over the years, but this has proven to be expensive. The Transport Board purchased a test bench during the latter half of last year to reduce their expenditure. The equipment is new to the Transport Board and training will be necessary before it can be put into action. An engineer from England will be on the island to conduct training from Monday in the use of the test bench for about 1 week. Students and tutors from the Samuel Jackman Prescott Polytechnic are also expected to be part of the training, as well as workers from UCAL. More courses offered at community centers across the country will have national and Caribbean vocational qualifications in the not-too-distant future. That is Secretary Minister Steve Blackett as the Community Development Department expands in NVQ and CVQ offerings outside of its technology courses. He made the announcement during the graduation ceremony for the Community Impact Program, an initiative offering basic training in hospitality, international cuisine, and customer service, among other disciplines. Minister Blackett urged graduates to take their studies to the next level.
The courses you have completed were at a basic level. Thus, this is only the beginning. Now, you now have to you have the knowledge and opportunity to determine whether or not you want to be fully qualified in a particular area of the discipline that you were trained in. And you can use this basic training as a stepping stone to move forward to advanced training in the various course areas. On the other hand, some of the skills you have learned can immediately be used to generate income, no matter how small, and I encourage you to do so in keeping with the objective of the program, which is to create entrepreneurs and thus further empower yourselves and make yourselves self-reliant and self-employed.
Out of the 124 people who completed the courses, only 6 were men. The social care minister says the program will be reviewed to have more courses which appeal to males.
This could suggest that we may have to work harder to engage more men in our needs assessment at the community level, as well as to seek to offer training in skills areas other than just sporting activities which may be of greater interest to them.
The opposition Barbados Labour Party has unveiled a new document putting forward its principles and vision for Barbados under a BLP administration. It's called the Covenant of Hope, launched by the party last night during a ceremony at Solidarity House. Addressing the gathering, opposition leader Mia Motley called on Barbadians to join with the BLP on a journey and explained what the covenant means for the people.
We're retracing kind of his steps.
We apologize for not having that particular extract. The Ivy community is encouraging Barbadians to come to a vigil to celebrate the life of Dwayne Gooding. He died on the 24th of April after he was attacked while walking the street. Friend of the family, Colleen Brewster, says the vigil will feature a march. It will also feature performances by herself and John King.
In a sense, steps that he would take normally in the course of his life. So we're stopping at 2 locations in the area where he lives. We're starting from his home, and we're stopping at 2 locations in the area where he lives, where he would normally hang out with his friends, and then we're ending where the incident occurred.
Ms. Brewster believes though many Barbadians may not have known Mr. Gooding, they should still attend because everyone is impacted by this kind of violence.
Even though it may not be happening to your family this time, it could be. Because this was so random and it was so totally unexpected that and I mean just days after after our meeting yesterday, we found out that the lady who was shot in the head died. Random again, you know. So we may think that it's not affecting us, but it is affecting us, and we are all impacted by it, and could be. The potential is there for every family in this country to be impacted by this kind of violence.
The vigil will start at 6 p.m. this evening. We go back to the story from the opposition Barbados Labour Party, where the party launched a Covenant of Hope yesterday afternoon. We hear now from opposition leader Mia Motley.
So when you ask me why a covenant, it has become necessary for us to let you know what we stand for, and to give you the confidence of how we shall act in your name as a government. Because never again should the people of a country be subject to the arbitrary and reckless actions that bear no semblance of philosophy, principles, or commitment to values in the name of yourselves.
We'll have regional and international news after this break. Stay with us.